What's up, everyone? It's your boy ShowtimeDr. So, I'm making a farming video finally for you guys. I kind of, well, A, I was distracted with real life stuff, but B, I've kind of taken in all the methods and talked to people, gotten some advice, and so here's what I came up with. So you see my big badass team here? This is just my farming the event team, so she's got on one of the trinkets, and then the trinkets that help you farm for you people that are newer to the game, get you better rates on the currency. And then we're leveling the Giga Phantom, who I need to switch out. I also need to switch out this Mud Flap, and I need to switch out this Mega Phantasm. Now, you might be new to the game, and you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Well, let's get into it. I'll actually show you what I'm doing. So, in this game, they have deemed that the wolves in this game, otherwise known as Phantasma, they actually have a passive that is essentially gain bonus experience. But you can only run one of a certain thing at a time. So like this frog here, I just leveled him to 20. There are these 2-star creatures that you see drop all throughout the world. My opinion, try to run people that have buffs for your team. Like the frog actually has a speed buff, etc. I think the wolf can howl and he does some type of buff. Not these wolves, the actual fodder wolf rather. And you know, just go for it. Now, for those who don't know, you can actually hit this twice and it'll go from least level to most leveled. But we're gonna go here. So I need to actually try to get another Giga. So right here, you're seeing that I have a bunch of max Gigas, but I don't really have a Giga that needs to level some more. So I'm actually gonna have to roll back. Just do it from the hero menu. And these are the patterns that you gotta set up, because it's not that fun, unfortunately, so it kind of sucks, but this is the way that you get 6 stars in this game. So you see here I got a max 3-star Giga. So you might have been asking yourself, you're like, well, why are you leveling fodder monsters? Why are you leveling this and that? Well, essentially, what you're doing is you choose a certain segment of either heroes that you don't want or monsters, and you just get them all to 30. So here, I'll demonstrate. There are actually some heroes in that group I'm actually going to get rid of at some point, but for now, we're fine. So you see here, I've pre-leveled this guy already to 20, the Shield Spearman. So make sure that you are using your fodders that you know, you're not going to necessarily want to run. And, you know, just get them. Get them to 3-star. Now, sacrificing these guys versus sacrificing the Phantasma, always sacrifice the 2-star minions that you turn into 3 stars, or if you get them to 4-star, or whatever you're going for. Because your wolves actually all have passives that are essentially gain bonus XP for themselves, so it makes the grinding process a little bit easier. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna level 3 of these guys. Or excuse me, I'm going to promote 3 of these guys, just to show you what I'm working with. You gotta love when the game just like decides to pause for a while. Alright, then we'll use this guy as our last guy. So you never want to use max ranked, either heroes or monsters or wolves or whatever you're doing, to promote something else. You always want to use something that's right at the edge. So for this example, someone that's level 21 in a 3-star, level 20 in a 3-star versus level 30, a max 3-star, you don't want to use that to level one of your wolves. Phantasma. I always just call them wolves. I don't know why. It's what I grew up with. Oh, it's because I used to play on Korea for a while, so. Alright, so now I gotta find one of the 3-star Gigas. And you know, this is fairly self-explanatory. You go out. Don't use the Gigas if you can help it to level the Gigas, guys. Or the Phantasma, rather, to level the Phantasma. Always go and get your scrub units. Then make sure it's them. And you go promote them. Now this guy's ready to rock. I'm gonna put him on the team. We're gonna get him from 31 to 40 probably over the next, you know, couple dozen, if not 100 plus battles. And you kind of do that all the way up. Like, eventually this guy's gonna turn into a 5-star. So you're going to have a bunch of 4-star regular fodders. But at first, while you're doing this, you know, you get the 3-star. This is the XP bonus I was talking to you guys about right here. So always keep these guys for as long as you can. So eventually I'm going to get this guy to 5-star when he hits 40. And then be done with them, because you don't need to get anything higher than that to get a 6-star. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add this dude to my team. Eventually, if they ever come out with a relic or an artifact that does like XP bonus, it would cost some money, but that would still be pretty hot, even though it'd be a little bit tedious. So now, since this guy's max level 40, I'm just gonna go get that new Giga I got. There he is. Replace him. We've already replaced the frog. So this is essentially gonna be my farming team for the event. Now I'm going to show you guys some non-event farming team, but just to give you an example of how this works. We'll go at it here. So you roll into the event. Now keep in mind, you know, depending on whatever you need to farm for whatever quests or whatever, and then make sure you have the enhanced artifact. You can be like really picky and start putting on all the fodders and stuff. Personally, I think it's just whatever for me. It's not worth my time. But some of you guys, I like to be super ultra, like, you know, efficient, then yeah, go for it. You know, if this was my job, maybe I would do that, but it's my professional, or it's my playtime, so I don't care. Alright, so you see here, my Clarissa is only 40, but we got a good support character for eventually when one of these guys dies. So even though we're technically weak for this, we're just going to go ahead and do it. So then what's going to happen is, you know, these guys are going to roll out. These guys are going to do their thing. There's my speed buff I was talking about. I guess I should actually turn the sound down earlier. Hopefully y'all can hear that. And, you know, they're going to get wrecked, eventually, your fodder units. But as long as you can get through whatever you're getting through, it's perfectly fine. Now, for event, this is perfectly fine, because someone like Clarissa, she has, she's powered up. I think it's 50%, it might be 30%, but basically she gets bonus stats for attack, life, etc. And there's a level... probably a couple levels for our frog there. I just love the fact that you can run this with like a full animal team. Alright, so there goes our Giga, but in comes Crow. So having decent friend units and random units come in. Because eventually if you run a group like this, if you don't have a healer, you know, no matter what, they're eventually going to run out of HP. You know, unless you just have a boss like Vamp set or whatever's going on. Maybe a haste or something similar. So y'all get the idea, right? Now, second part of this video, I'm going to go into all the things you guys need to consider when you choose an area to run, and especially if there isn't like an event, or if you're done farming event, etc. Whatever's going on. We'll get through this boss level real quick. Go ahead, throw Wolfie out. Get him, Arky. Arky wants sweets. Give it like 3 more turns, they'll be done. And then the good part about this is, at least on event, You know, it's pretty standard stages. If you're lucky enough to get like one of those defense events like we had in the last seasonal event side story, those are actually even better to farm stuff on. So, yeah, it's not pretty, but it got done. You can see the big battle results. Big Frog in there, 3rd place. And we got another 2-star fodder out of it, so... You're probably not going to have any issue getting 2-star fodders in this. Now I'm going to go over all the things you guys need to consider, and I'll show you what stages I'm actually farming. So, number 1. You need to consider your guild quests, because your guild quests are always going to have some type of cray-cray. You know, kill X number of things, reptilians. Some of them, you know, I might say like, do this type of map, blah, 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 number of times or whatever. So you got to take that into consideration. I actually got to jam on those today. That'll probably be most of my energy. Second thing, which specialty changes you're doing. So in my case, I'm doing Clury and Lorena. I don't have Eros Axe God, unfortunately. But so, you know, killing monsters, I mean, that's old hat. And then trying to proc more urgent missions, which is another thing. The quicker you go, the more urgent missions you're going to be able to do. But then, if you look at Clury's here, you see how I have a bunch of reach level 40 with 10 Mega Phantasms for hers and eliminate wild plants. So now I'm thinking, okay, maybe I should go kill some wild plants, which... I think there were actually some in that map we just did. And then, you know, we're doing the Mega Phantasm thing. It's just kind of a byproduct of leveling up. So there's some things to consider. Now, some other things you need to consider. We'll take Clarissa here. Now, say I'm focusing her and I really want to level her up and get her Corporal Stars, etc. Then I'm going to have to start considering, okay, I need to go get more Ultra Fangs. Go get Blazing Souls, so then I need to look on the places on the map. And all of those change based on the elements of the hero. You know, it could be, like, let's see what else we can drum up. Let's see, Haze here. Yeah, for him, I would need small sun badges and fused nerves if I want to get him his 5th purple star. Because that's going to cost me X amount. So... then I start looking at places to farm that. Now, let's go out into the world. I'll show you guys. So right now, what I'm looking for, it could be either Church of Ilros, plant monsters, or I forget what the 3rd monster was. Yeah, we'll get back to that, though. So what I'm actually thinking... I'm trying to remember if it was 4-9 or 4-10. It's 4-9. So 4-9, this is a popular stage. Oh, there's another thing I forgot to show you guys. I'll go back and show you. But this is a very popular stage to farm for Yuna, one of the unlockable characters at the table, which is another thing you should consider. But you just go and you start looking at the rewards and you see, okay, you know, there's a chance for Blazing Souls to drop. If I need Sharp Spearheads, they're here. Or if I need any of these other Catalyst things, they're here. And this is an exploration stage, so it's going to be a little harder to farm because you're going to have to constantly be, you know, tell your character to go this way, that way, etc. And you also have to watch, you know, your morale and all that. But this is actually a real good stage to farm because I'm simultaneously farming multiple things at a time, and there's chances of getting procs for urgent missions, etc. So even though, but if I don't want to deal with that, then maybe I'd come over here to 410, because 410... you know, there's Blazing Rage, which is different, actually, but doesn't have quite as much stuff, and it's not going to have as many mobs, but if I'm busy, like, okay, I'll come over here and farm 410, because I got to go do this other thing. You know, you're trying to be optimal with whatever stage you're farming. Now, I'll come back to that, because there's one thing I forgot to show you guys. Don't forget your table heroes. Depending on who you want, I pretty much got most of who I want anyways, except... clearly, Yuna. I actually drew a Maya from, whatever you call it. The summoner thing. But I want Yuna. So Yuna, as you can see here, you need 3 Blazing Souls. And you can see I got a whole 0. I got the Twisted Fangs. I still need 4 Ultra Fangs, which aren't a joy to get either, but this is usually the pain. But then also, I'm going to need to eliminate Machinery at some point. So now I'm thinking, okay, is there stages where I can get Machinery kills and possibly have a chance to get Blazing Souls, which, spoiler, there's not that many, and or possibly get Ultra Fang, etc. And then take into consideration, okay, my guild quests, I'm trying to level all this stuff here, I'm trying to farm for X numbers heroes purple stars, etc. This is all stuff you got to keep in mind, essentially, is what I'm telling you, because the only way to make farming bearable in this game is to be completing multiple things at once. Now, another thing I'm going to show you guys, and this will probably be one of my last tips. Let's go back to 4.9. So remember how I was showing you 4.9, and that's a pretty good place to farm for Yuna, because there's lots of Church of Ilros guys, which is who I have to kill this week. That's these guys here. And then also, you know, there's a chance for Blazing Souls, which is what you want for Yuna. And I also do need these two for, like these two, for leveling up people's purple stars that I'm focusing on, like haste, etc. But then also, you know, there's a chance to spawn urgent missions here, and then hopefully I can level up all my fodder units, assuming I can handle that. I'm probably actually going to have to take some real heroes into here if I want to farm this and maybe have 1 fodder unit. It all depends on what you guys got going on your team. Some people, I've seen them solo this with, you know, really powerful grass characters. I've seen a guy bring in Executioner Vildred and just wipe this place with a heal and 2 fodder units. But then, so, another thing to consider, because look at, actually, let's go back. So you see here, this is going to take me 8 energy, which is fine. I come here on normal and you're thinking, but it's the same energy, ShowtimeDr. Why could you possibly be showing me this? 10 energy. You're like, what the hell? Well, that's because it doesn't have quite the same farming opportunities, right? Because there's no Blazing Souls. There's still the same Church of Ilros devotees, but this is for all you guys that are early game. The drop rates for everything that is not red catalysts are actually all the same. So if you really need this, and you want to run your fodder units versus running the hard mode, and you don't, say you don't want Blazing Souls for whatever reason, or you don't need them at the moment, you can choose to run this. There was a guy that parsed the numbers on Reddit, and it basically came up with the drop rates for the common stuff is basically exactly the same as far as catalysts, like base catalysts. Now, you're not going to get the high-level catalysts that you're going to get on world difficulty, but keep in mind, you're going to be running the dungeon faster. You're going to be able to bring weaker units, such as your fodder units, or whatever units you might want to level up, or whatever you got going on, maybe trial teams. And then also, it's going to go faster. So it's going to go faster means you're going to proc more urgent missions. It's going to go faster means that you're going to get more farming done. Say you only have like a 2-hour block of time because today's, you know, you got to go be with the family for 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever it is. Or you really got to sleep because you got to be at something in the morning, whatever's going on. Then go get your farm done. As long as you are getting your farm done, guys. Because I see everyone is be like, no, you have to be all super ultra efficient and everything, no matter how much time it takes and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but the real world doesn't work like that for everybody. So do not be afraid to just come here and just start farming. You know, if you only want to get certain things done, or you got a time limit and you got to get this done and then do all the dailies and go do all your PvP, etc. You know, don't be afraid to do that, guys. Don't be afraid. Now, also remember, last thing I'll say, and most of you guys, this should be old hat. Always remember to have your guild buffs. Be in a guild that's constantly giving out the buffs, and if you don't have a guild that's like that, you know, go find another guild or ask to be made a captain. But make sure you're always getting this blessing of wealth and this blessing of knowledge. Never farm without these. Never farm without these, because if you farm without those, that is the one thing I'll agree on with the super efficiency people. You're losing. I don't know exactly what the percentages are, but it feels like around 30-ish% or so on each, because you always need gold. That goes without saying, and getting bonus XP, that's just gonna Gonna help you level your wolves and stuff here. Now, also, sorry, my bad. One more point I'll make for you guys. Make sure you have your good farming heroes. So you say, what's a good farming hero? Good farming hero, Clarissa right now in the event. Because she has an AoE on, let me go find her. She has an AoE on her 3. And then her 2, as long as she gets a kill, she gets a follow-up attack. And then for bosses on her 1, she has decreased defense. Actually, her 1 actually hits pretty hard too. I don't have mine built up that high. She's probably actually going to be my 2nd or 3rd purple, or excuse me, 6-star unit when I build her. I'm not sure yet, because haste is going to be my 2nd. Another good farmer unit. Guy I actually have invested in, Vildred here. Just because he got buffed recently, he hits 33% harder. He's hitting 2 things at once. Whenever he kills something, he follows up with the Dancing Blade attack, AoE attack, and then his 1 is also, or excuse me, his 3 is also a multi-attack. But consider your multi-heroes, guys, because, you know, there's all types like Tenebra. I see people doing, damn, I forget her name now. The storyline character, but the MO version of her, the caster lady. Etc. Like, always be having people that can hit multiple things so that you can cycle through things faster, because your farm teams are going to be really important in this game too, because once you get the mid-game, guys, if you're playing this right, and especially end-game, 80% of what you're doing is going to be farming. And I don't mean just like running a dungeon because you want X thing, or running, you know, this because it has 3 charges per day or whatever it is. I'm talking about like hard-nosed farming, like running a stage over and over and over, beating your head against it until you get XYZ catalyst, or you level whatever you're trying to level, or whatever's going on. You're trying to get, what are those called? Desperate missions or whatever. So just some stuff to keep in mind, guys, because the reality of this game is it's a fun game, it's a good game, great aesthetic, great story, great, you know, interface, etc. But like any game, the farm in this game is probably a little more intense than most games. And it doesn't seem like that at first, but as you finally get to mid-game, you start to realize, like, oh, damn, if I want to level, or I want to get powerful, or I want to do the specialty quest, etc. So, anyways, I'm ranting for now, so hopefully that helps some of you guys. Let me know. If you got any more farming tips, feel free to comment. You know, if it's a good enough tip, I'll favorite it so people can see it in the comment section. Let me know, because like I said, I don't know everything, guys, all the time. So if you guys found some secret feng shui techniques and you want to show me, let me know. Alright, guys, so yo, I'm ShowtimeDr, ShowtimeDr. You found my YouTube. Hit a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Also, check the title info. There's a link to my Twitch, link to my Discord. On my Twitch, I'm mixing it up a bit. I'm still playing this game on Twitch, but oh man, it gets monotonous when 80% of the stream is just farm, 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 farm. So, I play that like once or twice a week now, and I'm playing some other games. Some of the people that watch this game, they got into my Dead in Vinland stream, so I was having fun with that. Anyways, but I'm ranting. And then also there's a link to the Discord. Come in, ask questions, get some advice, do whatever you want to do. And I will catch you guys later on. Peace out.